Things are not looking good for Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now. He's RB47 on the season in fantasy, and he just hasn't been productive. Hasn't been used as much in the passing game as what's been promised when he was drafted. And it's looking like it's a slow burn to being a bust. It's a small sample. Is he going to be a bust? Is he going to not be? There's a lot of people concerned on the internet, and it's hard to pinpoint what's going to happen with him. I have some hope that the offense can fuel him, that he can get things back together. One thing we got to remember about Clyde Edwards-Helaire is that he was dealing with a grade 1 ankle sprain earlier in the preseason, and that was like 5 weeks ago, so he could be still dealing with that a little bit. Also, week 2 wasn't the greatest matchup in the world as he was playing against the Ravens, locking him down. We'll see this when we go over the film, that this was not the greatest go for him to begin with. But that being said, let's go ahead and look at the tape. Here we're in the second quarter. Game's tied at 14. And it's going to be a handoff to Helaire. He's going to take it. And looks like he's going to run up the seam. He gets it here. I think he's trying to run it how the play's supposed to be ran or something. But he goes straight up here and realizes the hole's not there. Dead legs out. Hits this open space, which is good. Tries to pick up some yards here at the point of contact and gets tackled. Nothing really to this play. Offensive line was going to get beat eventually. I think he was thinking about the cutback here. Saw 6 and saw the lineman here peeling out. I was objectively trying to look through this, trying to think what he was thinking at. Heads this way. Probably looked over to his left through his peripherals. 98's got leverage to where he could come out here and take over the hole. Dead legs out. See if he can get something on the outside. And gets the tackle here. Gets downed out here just a few yards after. Nothing good, nothing bad out of this play, really. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, if one thing we saw here, moving laterally pretty well. Off that foot, and bam. And second guessing this, let's play devil's advocate. What would have happened if he would have cut down this hole in the middle? 50 here's got some leverage here. I don't know if that lineman could have held him from breaking off and peeling into that hole without getting a holding call or whatever. And then 98, we got double trouble there. One of those guys probably would have been able to bounce through there. We have 2 backers. If he went straight into this hole, that backer's going to read it. If he goes straight in that hole, 6 is going to read it. He's dead around this, the 20-yard line if it happens, because they're going to meet him right here. So he sees that, and plus the line's got leverage to the inside, especially 98, 50. I don't know. I look at him, less thrilled about it. But here he hits the dead leg. The dead leg here is supposed to sell these guys to stay in. The backers here that he was probably worried about on the inside. And they get ate up by the trash. Allows them to get past the 20 and get hit. So if you think of this objectively, unless he made something happen when he got into the hole, he probably would have been down somewhere around here by the 20 unless he was able to do something when these guys crashed down into him. So by him hitting the dead leg here, allowing these guys to get soaked into the trash, he might have picked up an extra yard unless he was able to make them miss when he got over here around the hole. So all in all, I think it's an all right run here by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. All right, another run play for him. A pitch to the outside. He gets the edge. He's trying to maximize his opportunity here because we got some green. It's closing up. DB's coming in quick. And he pulls up a little bit. pulls up here. Because you can see him lean, shoulders go up, and then comes down, take the hit. Like he pulls up the brace for the hit. 99. I mean, 99's got an angle on him a little bit. I think he would have pulled away from 99. And DB comes up in a hurry. I want to see this at full speed. Like right here. You watch that at full speed. And this has been about his game. You know he's not the fastest running back in the league. You know he's not the most bursty guy. The thing about his game is his pass catching ability, his nuance, his contact balance, field vision, all that stuff. But man, I would like a little bit more pop in his step. A little bit more kinetic energy. Like I like him to put up enough kinetic energy where this contact happens. He's lower too, and would be able to drive the DB back. Run it again from this angle. Man, it feels like that plays forever. I feel like he's running in concrete right now. Quicksand. He's got quicksand in his shoes. Not a big fan of that. I mean, it's not a big play either way. I mean, it gets closed up. They're closing the gaps up pretty good. The D lineman peeled off. DB's coming in like a bat out of hell. There's nothing really for him to do. Just watching him move from like here all the way to here is just very lethargic looking to me. And I like my running backs with a lot of burst. That is something I'm really into, is running backs with some pop in their step. At least burst. And I definitely love long speed. And I really wish there was more pop here from him. All right, here's another run play by Helaire. So he gets the handoff. Sells that he was going to take this crease. Probably sees that 71's got some leverage on the lineman. Breaking the seal. I love the dead leg and footwork here. To get by that. That was nice. That was pretty. He stays low, too. Low center of gravity. Good read here. Good anticipation. Very fluid movement. This is what you know from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This is what we liked from him coming out of draft. His ability to read the bodies in front of him, read the momentum, and react from there. And do that instantly. And that's what we're seeing here. I like this. Coming up here, moving forward. Now he's got 3 hats in front of him making their blocks. Reads that. 40 peels off. 71 turns around and gets to him as well. And that's the end of the play. But really, approach the line of scrimmage is really good. Sees the momentum here. 71. Dead legs out and still can continue with the crease. Really taking what's given to him from that point. Just reading his defenders. Again, what he's seeing here is this lineman, the one on the bottom, turn off on the 40, 62 turn off into whoever he's blocking and hoping this turns into a crease. That's what he's seeing here. So he's taking that route, which I understand that, what you see there. 40 does a good job of getting away from 65. Look at those little hand moves 40's got. He's got a little inside hand move. Peels off. Traps him up. And then the guy 62's blocking, swings around and gets to him. And they just all swarm him. He can't avoid it. Like, no matter where he went, no matter what decision he makes. But from what he sees, I can guarantee it, that's what he thought. He sees both these linemen getting the leverage, and he's just hoping this hole opens up. It just doesn't. And he gets collapsed on. It's just part of the game. It's part of the game. It's not on him at all. Just calling it how it is. Okay, here we're going to run through a few plays rather quickly. So here's getting the pitch. I'm going to move my thing here down. And just following his blocks. That D-line's penetrating pretty good. That D-line's penetrating. They're not giving him much wiggle room. So you have to realize this is a bad matchup. When you look at his scores in fantasy, you have to realize this isn't the greatest matchup for him. And he's just following the hats. Ooh, look at this. Watch him read this block here. Dead legs. Kind of like a quick one. Boom. Slips out. Reads this. Reads 62. Good anticipation here. That's pretty swift. And then here's where he's done. But he's able to slip to the arm tackle a little bit. Move forward. It slows him down. Gets tackled from behind. Takes the pitch here from the beginning. This is the cool part about the play. Deadlift / cuts away from 6. Pretty swift there. Tries to get out of the way again and just gets caught from behind. That's a good play by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Taking what's given to him, really. And it's not like there was a hole there for him to bust out a long gain. Next play, he gets the handoff. Nothing. Look how corralled he is. How are you going to bust out a long gain here when there's nothing there for you? I mean, you got to give him something to work with as well. So here, he knows he's dead to rights. He knows that he probably feels 99 coming down. We got a little bit of a crevice, kind of, sort of, but not really, not at all. Because we got a D lineman here peeling off. 92's working his way through. And it's over for him. He's just saying, "Oh, I'm done. I gotta move forward. I gotta fall forward. I gotta get what I can get out of this because I got nothing here. I took the handoff. I'm running the play. I got nothing. I'm running the stretch play, and nothing's there for me. And I can't cut back. I'm not even looking for a cutback. I don't need to. There's nothing there for me. The defense has got him swallowed up. That's about all there you can say about this. Defense swallowed this play up. On to the next one. Old Clyde's got the ball here. Gonna go a little off tackle. You got a little tiny crease. Gets swarmed on. 6 comes in. Can't really say much about that. You got daylight, but it gets plugged. We get an eclipse coming in. I mean, the only way you can make more out of that is you can make the case if he had a little bit more burst, he might have had a chance to run through it, but I doubt it. I think he was dead to rights there. That backer saw the play. Backer had that keyed. That backer read it perfect. He cut in. And he couldn't cut out because 90 could have peeled off and got him. He had to hit that hole, or that hole is the most optimal situation. If he was faster, if he played like a running back who was super fast, had a 90-some percentile burst score, he's taking that outside edge. A running back that knows it, they're taking that outside edge every single time. But he doesn't have that. He's not the fastest guy on the field. He's not the most bursty running back. He wins with vision, nuance, good dead leg. And again, he gets swallowed up. Makes a good decision. Makes a good decision for what he can do. All right, to recap here, I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it wasn't the prettiest tape, but it's not the best situation for him playing against the Ravens. They swallowed this offensive line up. They were able to plug the holes. I think that this offense really can fuel some fantasy production out of him still. I think he can still be valuable in fantasy. We're 2 weeks into the season. The sample's small. He's going to get looks in the passing game. There's going to be some favorable matchups for him. It's not going to be like this week in and week out. He's going to get touches. They were trying to get him the ball. We covered just a sample of his carries as touches from this game. We could have covered more, but from what we saw, we have a good synapse. He's a very good instinctive runner. He finds the hole well. He moves laterally well, and he makes good decisions. I think the only knock here, and we've known this from the draft, we've known this from the combine, we know this, is not an exceptional athlete compared to some of the best running backs in the game. He's not like a 90-some percentile size adjusted speed guy. He's not a 90-some percentile burst score guy. We know this about him. We're really here because he's in a good offense. He's got first-round draft capital. He has good vision. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He does everything well. He does not do anything really bad. He's got a good foundation with him. He's if you're gonna have to call him a car, he's like a Hyundai Elantra. He's gonna last forever. He's gonna get you to work. He's gonna get you to the grocery store. He's just not gonna outdrive those sports cars, those sedans. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire's a good back. He's still a good back. Is he worth the first round draft capital? Probably not. I think the Chiefs reached on him at that point. But it is what it is. They got him now. They got to use him. And I want to thank you for watching the show, sticking with me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Every subscription matters. It motivates me to keep putting out this content for you, doing the film grinding, helping you with your fantasy teams, covering the metrics, and everything else. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.